Run that down
Just
there,
hold it.
scrape
No,
out solid debris. Now, solid debris that we have now is aluminum foil.
Okay, I
We
can't
used
see
to
it
pack
on
our
the
chargers
glasses.
back in the 1880s. They would have used cloth, something like cotton bag or muslin, maybe linen, maybe canvas, something to keep their cannon charges wrapped in, hopefully dry by the time you fire. But the problem with that is every time you fire, there's a small explosion in here. That explosion could leave bits of burning debris down in the cannon barrel. You want to scrape that stuff out or extinguish
How long
it.
does this
That's where our second
video
tool comes
for?
in. The second tool we have there is called the
run out
wet
of time.
swab. Now, the wet swab is
You're
dunked in a
going
bucket of water, ran that down the cannon
You want
barrel.
this part too,
Use
then?
that to extinguish these sparks or embers. It does that by not only introducing moisture, but if you heard that thunk there, creating a vacuum in the cannon barrel. So by pushing all the air out, we starve those sparks of oxygen. There shouldn't be anything left to burn. So we should be safe now to load in the powder charge. Our powder charge today is 3 ounces of black powder. It's wrapped in, again, aluminum foil. Obviously, this is not historically accurate, but it tends not to send bits of burning debris on the Marquette Park, which they really appreciate. We've also got a curved ramrod here. This is actually what we're going to use to tamp this down. Kelly's going to put that in the barrel. It allows him to stand off to the side when he's tamping down on the gunpowder. And again, it's a safety feature. It means that he's out of the way in case we do have some sort of accidental discharge or accidental explosion. That way, if we do have an accident, we're going to have to replace the ramrod and not Kelly. Now the cannon's rolled forward into its firing position, Kelly's going to come around the back and begin priming the gun. We'll take out a brass vent pick, basically a large brass nail, run that down the touch hole where my thumb just was, pierce open the bag that we have containing our powder, and this exposes that powder to our ignition device. The ignition device we have is called a friction primer. This is a small brass tube. It's filled with very fine gunpowder. And on up here on this end, there's a friction-sensitive chemical called fulminate of mercury. One of the things you'll find in a match head. And that's mounted on a pin. So when you pull the pin out, it strikes the chemical, that ignites the powder in the tube, and that in turn will send a jet of flame down into our main charge. And the nice thing about these, they were invented in about the 1840s, they're just about as old as our cannon. They make firing these cannons basically weatherproof. We don't really have to worry about the wind or the rain scattering our priming powder on top of the gun anymore, and they should fire in pretty much any weather condition, providing our powder inside the cannon is actually dry. With that, we are just about ready to fire here, so this will be a good time to plug your ears. It will be quite loud, that or prepare your cameras, either one. But there are just 2 commands to fire this cannon, and they are ready, fire! Alright, there's our cannon salute. Welcome folks to the board. Enjoy it.